For so many of us, the first moments of the day, they aren't exactly calm or peaceful. They're a struggle. So in this explainer, we're going to break down a really simple but powerful technique to reframe those difficult morning thoughts and, actually reclaim the start of your day. Let's start with something that might feel, well, really familiar. We're talking about that immediate, almost automatic battle that can kick off the second you wake up. This quote just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's so direct, so honest, and it just nails a feeling that so many people know. Waking up and having to immediately go into battle mode with your own mind. It is exhausting before the day has even really begun. Yeah, this is exactly what that battle feels like. It's like a mental autopilot just switches on, and your mind is instantly flooded with those same old heavy thoughts. It doesn't feel like a choice, it just happens. But what if you could interrupt that program? Okay, so this brings us to the core insight, and it's a truly powerful shift in how you see things. It's all about changing how we label and relate to those first thoughts of the day. It's the difference between seeing them as an impulse and seeing them as a command. So, what exactly are impulsive feelings? Well, they're just the first automatic thoughts that kind of bubble up when you wake up. But the really crucial part here is that last sentence. They are not necessarily the truth about your day. They're just like a bit of mental weather passing through, not a forecast you have to live by. And this right here is the key distinction. An impulsive feeling, it's automatic, it's fleeting, it's basically just an observation your brain makes. But a command? That feels like an order you have to obey. It feels like the truth, and it demands that you react. So treating that morning dread as a passing impulse instead of a command to feel awful all day, that changes everything. And this isn't just some passive idea. It's an active, learnable skill. It takes practice to recognize these thoughts, to label them for what they are, and then, and this is the most important part, to not feed them. You don't argue with them, you don't analyze them to death, you just let them be. So that's the what. Now let's get to the how. This whole insight builds into a simple, really practical exercise. It's called the practice of pausing, and it's something you can do the moment you wake up. It really is as simple as these 3 steps. First, you just notice the thought is there. No judgment, no panic, it's just there. Second, you mentally give it a label. That's an impulse. And third, you just gently disengage. You let it pass by, kind of like a cloud in the sky. You're not trying to force it away, you're just choosing not to grab onto it. And what's really cool is this simple technique doesn't just come out of nowhere. It lines up perfectly with these really well-established concepts, like mindfulness and what some traditions call wise restraint or right effort. It's all about applying this gentle, skillful effort to guide your own mind. So why does this matter so much? What's the real, tangible impact of this little pause? Well, it's about protecting the very start of your day. Think of it like this. In that one moment of pausing, you are protecting a small, clean, clear space in your mind before all the clutter of the day starts moving in. You're basically creating a little buffer zone for yourself. It all boils down to this one simple thing: choice. That single act of noticing and not engaging gives you back a moment of choice. So instead of being swept away by that mental autopilot, you get a chance to decide, with a little more clarity, how you actually want to begin your day. And hey, if you try this, and at first it feels tiny or insignificant, please remember this. It is not small at all. Reclaiming even one single moment from an automatic negative spiral, that is deeply meaningful progress. That's a win. Okay, so to wrap it all up, those tough morning thoughts, they're often just automatic impulses, not commands. Simply labeling them as impulses can strip them of their power. And from there, you can practice the skill of just letting them pass, which creates that crucial space you need to start your day with a little more intention. And that leaves us with this final question to think about. If you could press pause on that morning autopilot, even just for a moment, what would you choose to put in that space instead? What becomes possible when you're the one at the controls?